Hey guys, it's Melanie Hinds, your fastest Iraqi Dinar summary on the net. And boy, did we have some breaking news today in Iraq. And what was it? It was found in an article where we did the math. They were talking about Iraq. There was a lot of articles. Let me just go through the summary of them, and then I'll go a deep dive in the one article, and then we'll get to everybody else's summary, and then I'll be done because we're going to go live again at 5. I went live at 1. I answered questions, and I also had a live stream this morning where I went through the detail of all these articles in this order. Okay? So a lot of things happen, like Iraq's Mosul airport is to open November 1st. There were some prophetic words about the end of this month. Somebody sent me some prophetic, I haven't had time to look at anybody else's content yet, but somebody was saying something about, on Halloween, whatever. There's also a lot going on planetarily. If you know anything about that, please comment down below because I'd like to learn it because that is not my gift. My gift is faith and finances and this Iraqi dinar. The next thing was Iraqi oil exports bringing nearly $7 billion in September. Guys, they're bringing a lot of imports. The next one are Iraqi oil exports to U.S. rebound sharply over the week. EIA, that's according with the, what is it? EIA, what is EIA again? The U.S. Energy Information Administration said Iraq's oil exports to U.S. rebound sharply over the week. They got up to what? They went, Iraq exported 255,000 barrels per day to the U.S., an increase of 250,000 barrels per day from the prior week. They upped their, how's the U.S. paying for it with $38 trillion in debt? We're going to talk about that tomorrow on my Zoom. I don't talk politics, but I like to talk about politics on my Zoom, right, for my members. Iraq is 8th in the Arab world in terms of 2026 GDP per capita rankings. GDP and per capita rankings. It said Iraq is projected to rank 8th among Arab countries and 116th globally in GDP per capita by 2026, with income per person estimated at $5,873. Just $5,873 per person, according to the U.S.-based CEO World magazine. That's only if they don't revalue. Again, they're not going to tell you they're going to revalue, so they're going to give you what it would be for the last 20 years. It's $583 compared to Kuwait's. Kuwait is what? $31,242. I did the math. If it comes out at 480, accordance with the 4X article, right? Nobody else does these kind of details. Please subscribe and tap the bell. I always run the numbers. $5,873 US dollars, considering one US dollar will equal around 480, let's just say, Iraqi dinar. Like $1 equals Kuwaiti dinar, 3 something, right? It would be 28,190 if it was just 480. The 5,873 US dollars would be 28,190. Now, they're not going to tell you. They're not going to come out and tell you. They're telling you, but look at these numbers. I just laughed when I saw that. That's why I had to do this now rather than waiting till right before my 5 o'clock live stream and having to rush. I just don't want to have to rush. I want to be able to sleep and then wake up and celebrate with you at 5. The next article, I just thought that was interesting. What do you think? Comment down below. Just saying. I did this also this morning. Austria targets deeper economic ties. So Austria is doing business with Iraq. How are they doing that, right? How are they doing that? Remember, 1,000 MOUs, now they're all contracts. We don't know because they don't have to tell us. The next article, U.S. sanctions on Russian oil firms unlikely to impact Iraq. Because why? Because they're contracts they have. It's not going to impact Iraq, the sanctions. Baghdad leads Iraq's 2025 spending surge. Yes, because Baghdad is state of the art. They have cameras. They have full police force. They took all the military off the streets. Our military guy is in Bahrain right now. So, guys, Iraq is sovereign on its own. Very limited military. Remember, they took them out in September. And all of them are going to be withdrawn. There's just a few forces there. Very limited forces, from thousands down to hundreds. We don't know, though. Everybody's quiet about it. The next article, Iraq saves $10 billion. Iraq unveils Basra's refinery to end fuel imports. The whole point is, it says in here, Iraqi Prime Minister said that Iraq is moving toward full energy self-sufficiency, highlighting plans to achieve about $10 billion by the end of fuel and gas highlighting plans to save $10 billion by ending fuel and gas imports. They're going to be sovereign, and that's the way the U.S. likes them. So, I mean, they're just primed for revaluing. What do you think? Guys, and again, my membership, my Zoom tomorrow at 11 a.m. on Monday, which we do every Monday for Mastermind Group members, is open to Miracle Manifestation members and Mastermind Group members. Whichever level you're at, you have access to that. Now we're going to see what everybody else is saying. Guys, my food's kicking in, so I figured I'd do this because I just did a live stream where I made lunch. I told you what I made, how to do my shake. I did a bunch of stuff this morning. I'm back, baby. I was off all day yesterday. I got kind of bored. Militia man, Iraq is quietly moving into the modern financial world. I think we all know that. We believe it's loud in our faces, but globally it really isn't. Investment-wise, you can see the powerhouse data. 3 things are happening at the same time. Iraq wants to join the Bank of International Settlements, which is the club of central banks. Iraq is planning to drop 3 zeros from he says dinar, we mean the exchange rate. I know he means the same thing. The currency is being redesigned. Iraq is launching a digital dinar. They launched it June 8th. We've been covering it. In fact, the value of it, since he mentioned it, they're not just launching it. They launched it on June 8th, or maybe before. We saw it on June 8th, and we saw it climb up, and then it dropped back down. The digital dinar right now on Handle Forex is 141. They're not just launching it. They already launched it. It's on Handle Forex on Coinbase, 141. I could show it to you, but I want to get back to the summary of everybody else. Mark Z, we love Mark Z. He said, we will be able to exchange the older dinars with the face of Saddam Hussein on it. Mark Z said, I get mixed thoughts on this by many. That was a question. That wasn't Mark stating that. He goes, I think there is a chance, but wouldn't count on it. I would definitely take it with me at the exchange time just in case, but I wouldn't go out and buy any. I agree. Don't buy any with Saddam Hussein's picture. Frank 26, Iraq just released the new 50 dinar note. We're looking at it, but the 1 and the 5 notes, they have not yet issued. Frank said the 50 dinar note is back, but a different one that was canceled back in 2015. This is a reinstatement. You can't mix oil and water together unless you have an emulsifier. That would be a new exchange rate. Oh, buddy, Firefly. It's all over the news. We're all excited, Frank. I love where they say this 50 note marks the beginning of the rollout of the lower notes. I do too, but unfortunately, it comes back that a lot of people get concerned thinking they're going to lop the money. I think Nader did a video last night about that again. It was my Sabbath rest. I was dealing with my husband's frustration with Apple yesterday. That's why I did some shorts yesterday when I was supposed to be resting. Didn't work. The enemy, I figured out what it was this morning and we prayed against it. So it's gone. Thank you, Jesus. Anyways, Nader came out with the video that they're going to lop it because the wording, guys, they're always going to take it off the exchange rate. They can't take it off the currency. They will. It looks like to the people, though, they're going to say instead of a $25,000 note, you're going to have a different lower denom note, depending on the exchange rate. You follow me? It's the way of teaching the people. I have to show them as if they're lopping zeros, but that's not what they're actually doing. That's just what they're telling the citizens because the citizens don't understand foreign exchange. Just like most U.S. citizens don't understand foreign exchange. When you understand that, please know that you're a coveted group of people that know about this, that God has revealed it to you. So keep praying this in. I'm going to pray as I lay down. I'm going to do my affirmation. Oh, I was going to give everybody the affirmation and I forgot. Where's the affirmation, Lord? Here it is. Wait, here's the affirmation. I live in a state of constant overflow and abundance. I am open and ready to receive miracles. Say that as you wake up. I'm open and ready to receive. Would this be a miracle to you? If it is, say yes and say, I'm open and ready to receive miracles. Just meditate on that. Mountain Goat, I assure you what my CBI contact is now all coming out in the news. It is undeniable now, so let all the naysayers say what they want, but this does not change the fact that we may be at the end of this RV saga and only just over a couple months to go. I think it could be done anytime. What do you think? It turns out they're teaching the Iraqi citizens there's a new denomination, the form of the currency that is coming to them to represent the new exchange rate. They're showing them the lower notes, but in a very unique manner. What you're seeing is a reveal of the monetary reform lower notes, but it's being done like a snail walking through the table very slowly. This part has to go very slowly. You don't want to freak people out. And then you got Fun Lu, usually negative about the dinar, says Vietnam is an economic powerhouse with a currency worth half of what the dinar currently is. Iraq doesn't have to RV at all, but I believe the U.S. wants it, and so does the current politicians, mostly of Iraq. I know. Guys, it's just, we are witnessing history in the making. I hope you were excited or at least grounded in this. If not, join us at 5. I'll answer all your questions. It's been a long few days for me. And I'm tired. I talked about that at every live stream today. So now I'm going to take a nap with all the carbs I just ate. If you want to know what I ate, last live stream. Samson, article, Switzerland reopens its embassy in Iraq after a 30-year closure. Mark Z said, Sudani is definitely running out of time. That is why I'm very hopeful that we're about to see a surprise announcement. Guys, if you subscribe and tap the bell, you're not only going to get an announcement, you're going to get the steps of exactly what to do, what to say to your bank before, after, and during your exchange. And how can you be free after all this and not have to sign an NDA if you don't want to sign one. That's what I provide on my channel. Please subscribe, tap the bell, or look at the pinned comment down below and email me, and you can have your strategies today. Talk to you later. Bye.